And we're 9 episodes in.
We almost in the double digits.
Yes. If you haven't listened to any of our episodes, they are on SoundCloud right now. So go ahead and listen to them. SoundCloud.com/LoveLanguagePodcast.
/ the best podcast you'll ever hear.
Yep.
/ we got that shit.
Yep. So we are actually, if we are a little all over the place, it's because we are actually doing a bunch of things at once.
Hey, Quinn.
We are doing 2 lives. We're trying this out. Everything we do, we're trying it out, and we ask that you forgive us because we're still new to the whole podcast thing, and we're just trying to see what works best as far as interaction with the people who do listen to us, and getting more people to listen to us because y'all might like seeing us, even though I look kind of crazy right now. But anyways, so yeah, we're doing 3 things at once right now. We are recording live on my Instagram, and we're also recording live on our new YouTube channel, and obviously recording live on the microphones so that we can put it on SoundCloud tomorrow for those who can't make it in for the lives.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we got some real loud shit to talk about.
Yeah, I'm repping both my sets today. You see me? I'm repping my photography, Syracuse photography, and I'm repping Zeta and IUP, all the good stuff.
And I'm repping for the light skinned niggas. What's up with y'all? We out here.
Guys.
Real niggas.
Hey, Quay. So we have 3 people currently in the Instagram live.
What else?
So, all right, I guess we could just get right on into it.
Did we introduce ourselves?
We didn't. We did not. So, with the Love Language Podcast, I am C. Ortiz and
Nigel Uno.
We are
soon to be Dr. Uno.
Yes, we are your hosts for the Love Language Podcast. If you've heard the other episodes, you already know. If you haven't, well, welcome.
Where you been at? If you haven't.
So, all right. So we're gonna get right into it. Or what do you want to do? You still wanna? You still wanna introduce and everything like that? Because last week you tried to play me like I was doing too much introducing.
You was.
Anyways, haters are gonna hate.
And you want to do more.
All right. So today's topic is first dates. So that's the general topic. Of course, like we always do, we've broken it down into subtopics.
Hey, Chrissy, I just had to shout her out.
Okay, so you're going to shout out everybody who comes in the live?
No, Chrissy be riding. You got to rock out for Chrissy.
Hi, Chrissy. So, like I said, we're going to break it down into subtopics. The cool, interesting thing about this, which sucks because now I can't see it on my phone. Well, we can pull it up on your phone.
What is it?
So we did polls. This week I did a few different polls. Some of them had to do with the topic that we're talking about today. Some of them were for future topics. But the polls that I did do were really interesting, and I got a lot of feedback, a lot of good feedback from people based on the polls. So we're going to throw those in there and have a discussion / debate. We want everyone who's joining us now to also interact with us. So, you know, give your comments, your thoughts, and all that stuff so we can talk about it.
All right. How do I get to the polls?
You go to my page. You go to my Instagram page. Sorry, guys. No, just give me your phone.
Who you talking to like that?
You.
That's how a fiance gets slapped.
Yeah, guys, we're engaged. If y'all didn't listen to the last episode, we are engaged. It's about to be going on a month, right?
I don't know. I lost count.
You freaking hater. All right, so let's go into the first subtopic. So I had put a poll up earlier this week, which was actually Nigel's idea. This question was his idea.
Was it? I
yes.
got some questions.
I guess. The question was, fellas, if you're spending over $100 on a date, do you expect sex? So before we get into the second part of the question with the sex, we're just going to get into the spending over $100 on a date. What happened was when I put this up, I had a young man send me a DM basically saying like, first off, I would never invest that amount of money into a first date. I'm actually going to take you out. We could probably go walk at a park, get to know one another, and maybe I'll get you some water ice. And then from there, we'll see where it goes. So I put that up on my Instagram.
And what they say? What did the women say?
The women lost it. They were pissed off, okay? They were like, water ice? What the hell? And you better not take me to no damn water ice stand. You better take me somewhere else. He's cheap. Who is this guy? This man who tell me right, like, people lost it. I only put a couple up because people were really going in, and I don't ever want anyone to feel attacked for sharing their opinion. So that's why the first question is, which we're going to talk from a male's point of view and a female's point of view. What do you think is appropriate for a first date? Because I didn't think nothing was wrong with the water ice date. But people, so I talked about it with my sorority sisters, and they dragged me, okay? They were just like, what are you talking about? That's cheap as hell. So we just want to talk about, what do we think is appropriate for a first date? Would you like to start?
Well, I ain't too familiar with first dates because my first dates was sex dates for a long
What the hell? I'm all in the comments and I'm like, first dates turned into sex dates.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, but appropriate. I feel like, all right, if you guys were texting before the date, I'd say go somewhere like maybe a dinner date to where you could talk. If you don't really know her, movie dates are always cool because you don't have to talk much.
No, so how do you get to know her then? That's the opposite.
Hey, you get it's more intimate. You get the feel. You guys sitting close.
No. If you want to get to know a girl, I think you should take them out for dinner because dinner is more of like a conversation.
Well, it depends
piece,
on
not no movie. That means you're not trying to get to know her.
It depends on who you are. Which niggas might not be good talkers first date.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know that about yourself, you're gonna set yourself up for failure if you take her out on the dinner date. But a movie date is just get comfortable with you being
But
around.
no, I
her.
was talking about right now what you were saying, because you were saying that if you want to get to know them, you take them out to the movies. And I was saying that doesn't make sense because you don't talk during the movie. So I was just touching on that. But you can continue on what you think is appropriate.
I don't even know what you just said.
What? Okay.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Anything is appropriate. It's about quality time. I agree with that.
Movies be weird. Somebody said movies be weird when you don't know someone like that.
I think movies.
So I said Nigel telling people to meet girls in the library. Yeah, like listen. You have to explain yourself again because you're talking about something.
No, like I said, if you guys been texting and you have some type of rapport with her, then I can see dinner dates are cool. But if you don't really know this person and you're just trying to be comfortable being around them, movies are pretty cool to break the ice of you don't have to talk much. But I mean, you're gonna talk during the previews. You're gonna, whisper here and there. You get close to her, hey, you know what I'm saying? Put the arm around her, all that type of stuff.
Okay.
That's all goes into the movies, and then after you can see, all right, you can feel energy. I feel like movies are good for feeling energy.
But how if you guys really aren't?
Energy.
You're saying like your body language.
Speak. Energy doesn't speak. You can feel a good energy. You can feel bad energy. So based on that, we'll let you know. Do I want to?
No, because sometimes somebody will start speaking and you could still.
No, I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying you can feel it without. So I mean, I think movies are cool for a first date. Bowling's always good.
You know what's crazy? That was our first date. The
What?
movies.
Well, I keep it real. That's me all day.
That was our first date.
Hey.
Which was a shame because it was our first day after we had already been dealing with each other for like
and
2+ years.
And I took her to a matinee, like a real one. It's cheaper. We go to this damn matinee. Shit, and she ain't get no popcorn.
I did get popcorn.
You bought it yourself.
No, I didn't. You don't believe me.
But what are you saying? What is appropriate first date for you?
Me personally, so this was the whole reason for even bringing this question up was because I didn't see anything wrong with him saying that he wanted to take the girl out for water ice. When he said it, I wrote him a message back and I was like, you know what? I think that's very respectable of you that you would even, want to get to know her first. Like you want to go on a walk in the park. Why not? I think that's really sweet. It's relaxing. You guys get to know each other and it's not where it's like you're alone. So it makes things awkward. You guys are just walking, talking. And I just thought it was cool that he just wanted the girl to know who he was instead of being a guy who just takes somebody out, spends a bunch of money and try to ball out, you know what I'm saying, and try to make her think that he's dead nigga.
Well, you know what's bad about that is you can set a false precedent.
What?
You don't want to go too hard on the first date because then they expect
But that's what I'm
forever.
saying. No, exactly that's what I'm saying. Like I thought it was cool that he wasn't trying to be like that, blowing money fast type dude. He was literally just like, I want to get to know her. She wants to get to know me. And then I was like, the water ice? Why not? Somebody asked, is water ice and Italian ice the same thing? Yes, it is. So, I'm like, yeah, I love water ice. I thought it was a cool idea. It was when other people start coming at my neck. For example, my line sisters who were just like, come on, are you serious? That's whack. That's cheap. It was other people who were just saying it was really, really cheap. So then I started questioning, are my standards low for me thinking that's okay for like a first date? So I don't know. Me myself, I think a first date should be something where you guys are conversing and you're getting to know each other at least a little bit, because that way you kind of prepare yourself if you want to continue to date this person and go on another second date. So I feel like movies, I get what you're saying about the energy thing, but me, when it comes to like that energy and body language, I feel like that sets off more of a sexual energy than I'm trying to get to know who you are energy, which makes sense to you because you talking about you was taking girls out and having sex with them on the first date.
Keep it real. Well, I wasn't taking them on dates at all, but most times when you take a girl out on a date in this generation, it's not like, oh, I meet you, I get your number, and I set up a date and we don't talk. It's texting. Texting gets really. Niggas get into texting about sex really early. So this girl had already been talking nasty for about 2 weeks before this date. Because it took me 2 weeks to take your ass on this date. And we've been talking nasty and she been telling me what she going to do to me.
So within 2 weeks, girls, what type of girls were you dealing with that within 2 weeks, they just like...
I had game.
Talking that. You didn't have that much game.
All right, whatever you say. Like I said, I had these girls... It's easy. It's easy to introduce sex into a texting relationship. While you're texting, you introduce it.
But that quick, that early?
Fucking right.
Within 2 weeks?
Yes.
I would think you're a creep. Niggas who do that, I really think are creeps. Like, those are the niggas that sends like dick pics and shit like that after you just exchange numbers. That's fucking creepy. I don't agree.
Listen, after a week, I got her feeling comfortable. She's like, oh, this guy's a little different. I like the way he talked, this and that. And, I'm not saying you be like, yo, let me bust them cheeks open. But,
some guys do.
But,
but that's not the wrong approach.
We're not talking about them. We're talking about me. And what I'm
just trying to understand how you was getting buttering girls up within 2 weeks to be like,
it's
okay.
It's not hard. You can butter a chick up in a day. If it's like that.
But how? That's what I'm asking you to break it down a little bit.
I mean, you make her feel comfortable talking about sex. It don't gotta.
But how do you do that? Because that's what I'm saying.
Every girl's different. It's not the same approach for every girl. Some girls are bunnies. Other girls is bears. You figure out.
Bears.
Yes. A bear is hard to hunt. You don't. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm a bear.
She's a bear. You know what I mean? You got bears and you got bunnies. Bunnies run away fast.
I was a bunny when I was 22, 23.
It's all about approach.
Before that, I was a bear. I had my bunny years.
In The Revenant, that nigga tried to fight the bear. All he needed was a stick. Bunnies, you gotta figure out. You gotta be more strategic. You don't have to be strategic with a rabbit. I mean, with a
yes, you do gotta be strategic with a rabbit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying with the bear, you don't. It's not as much strategy.
You confused me. I thought the bear was the harder one to get.
No. The bunnies are harder because they run fast, just like deer. Deer run fast. Bears don't run. Bears are going to come at you, and you gotta be on offense. But I'm saying, regardless of all that. Girls know what they want. These girls.
Somebody said you could butter a chick up in 2 hours.
Thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying.
You can't, because sometimes that happens at the club. Like,
easy.
A guy will meet a girl at the club, and I don't know what he says to her, but within 2 hours, you got her back in somewhere. You got her back at the room or anything.
Whatever. So you can hit a girl in the club in the bathroom. Just keep it real.
You was living a freaking savage life before I saved you. I saved your whole ass. Like, what the hell?
Tomato.
Jesus.
But, yeah, I mean, that's all I'm saying is that girls done been talking about sex because they know what it is. A lot of times, they know what they like sex. What did you say last episode? These girls is,
Last episode is last episode.
Whatever.
But I personally think, someone said they think appropriate first date is, dinner and a movie. I think the same thing. I think dinner and a movie is nice. Someone else
Who
asked...
pays?
We just gonna switch on over
to that? I'm just asking. Who pays? Dinner and a movie is nice. Date? Who pays?
The guy better pay.
What if she asked me to go out?
The guy better pay.
I'm not rocking. Because when I was younger, I had this girl ask me on a date and she paid. She paid. So So I mean, I think whoever asks should pay. Personally,
I don't fully agree with that statement. I don't see anything wrong with paying. Me and Nigel break things up like it's nothing. Like I know some people probably look at us and be like, "Oh,
why the nigga got
yeah."
pay?
I think the guy should
if
pay.
If she asks me on a date,
I think the first date the guy should pay. But the reason why I think that's more,
thank you, Quay.
The reason why I think that's more of a thing, I guess, is because that's usually who's asking. So I do agree. I feel like if whoever's asking should pay, but normally it's the guy who asks.
My grandma called it going Dutch. If you going Dutch and she asked me to go out on a date, she don't know if I got no money. I'll say, yeah, I want to go. But in my mom thinking, because she gonna pay, I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna take you out for some water ice.
Niggas like to get free meals too.
Shoot. I didn't say a meal. I said some water ice.
Well, whatever the case. They said dinner and a movie. Lunch and a movie. So lunch
Someone said depends on the situation. Someone else said I'm gonna pay the first time, but the second date we at least gotta go Dutch.
Go Dutch, yeah, exactly. Just like Mom said, you go Dutch. So I'm just saying. I mean, but regardless of who pays, we going out and shit, I forgot my wallet.
Like I said, me personally, I think a nice first date is. I was fine with a walk in the park. Some of the girls we talked to, they told me they want to feel special. They was like, we want to feel special, so they actually prefer for the guy to go all out and make it like an expensive, lively. I don't know if necessarily expensive, but they want more of a date than just the water ice and the walk in the park. So that's what I heard from most girls. For all the girls who are actually in the live now, tell us what you think. Tell us, do you agree with that? Do you agree with having, you want to feel special, so you want more than just water ice on the first date? To I guess to make a guy stand out, because that's another thing too. You know, some girls have a bunch of guys courting them, so some girls might feel like you doing this is the same thing as every other guy. So maybe when they want to feel special, they maybe want something different, something livelier, something new. So that could be it too. No. A girl said I paid on the first date because I knew the person was struggling. Oh, we gotta talk about that too. The guy doesn't always have to pay, especially when y'all been together for a minute. But no man better ask me to go Dutch on the first or second date. Yeah, I think on the first date, I don't know about that. To ask you to go Dutch.
Hey man, shit, double Dutch bus. It's time to go. I just don't understand how women will scream, "Oh, equality, equality. We the same as y'all." But then when we ask y'all to pay for a date, it's like, "Oh, but not in this aspect. Like that's dead. Y'all can pay. Y'all getting paid more than black men anyway."
Someone said exactly. Don't ever ask a woman to go Dutch. The fuck. Someone else said he don't even know you. So why does he owe you anything to make you feel special? That was my other thing. Like I was just like,
you might not be special.
When we were talking about it, because I told him, I asked him, I was like, babe, be honest with me, are my standards too low? And he was like, no, I don't think your standards are low. He was like, I think what it is you appreciate whatever is done. And then he started breaking it down, and he was saying like, why would a guy invest all this money into a girl that he might not even like or ask her to go on a second date, which is true. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't invest all this money on a guy, and I'm like, I don't even know if I'm like your broke ass. So like, yeah. So I understand. Let's see any other comments.
Somebody said, no, we ain't paying shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. Some females just are not with the paying
Well, if
stuff.
you don't want to pay and I don't want to pay, and we got them walking in the park with no water ice.
Washing dishes.
So shit, we just walking. We just gonna go for a walk. But everybody, well, you should have took me for a walk, and he ain't buying me shit. Well,
that's what I'm saying. Females were saying it was cheap. It was cheap for a first date. But you don't think on a first date you should make some sort of impression?
The impression is me. I'm the impression.
What if you're not the impression though?
Most niggas are. Because we have to be. We usually have to be the impression. We've been brought up to be the impression or we get rejected. There's no real in between.
Someone said, I'm not a feminist.
That's good.
Somebody said exactly, it's 2018, some females make more than males.
Most females make more than males. Shit. Niggas, black people wise, I don't know.
So, I mean, like I said, from me, my personal point of view, I thought the walk in the park was fine. and the water ice was fine. Like I said, me and Nigel's first date was
You know what?
to the movies to see Superman.
You know what it is?
And I loved it.
The reason why first dates don't mean nothing is because niggas been getting the cheeks without dates for years. So now we not putting much effort into that first date.
Wait, somebody said too many cheeks out here for the free meal. Investing in cheeks I might never even smell.
Yeah.
Someone said you can make me feel special with a walk in the park. You can go on a $200 date with a weirdo you can't connect with. That's what I'm saying. I agree. I agree with that. Someone else said, in the world of serial daters, a coffee shop or a meetup is standard. But if you don't pay for my coffee, don't expect a follow-up date. It's all about the effort. So question. So you're basically saying someone paying for something. I'm confused by that. Someone paying for something shows their effort. What about them showing up and making sure you had a good time? That doesn't show effort? Why does the money have to be what shows the effort?
Because it's just a coffee, I guess. I don't know.
No, I have a question for the person who put that in there just to explain to me a little bit more. Because with me, I'm not a big money person. I've never been. I'm the type, not saying there's nothing wrong with that or that females who want guys to pay for things are about money. I'm not saying that at all. Me, myself, I just have this mentality where I don't want nobody paying for nothing. Whether it's a guy or female or anything, I'll pay for it myself. If I can't, I feel really weird about anybody paying anything for me. That's just how I've always been. So to me, money doesn't really equate to much in my eyes because I got my own money and I can get it myself. I don't need you to do that. I need you to do some other things that don't involve money. So that's why sometimes to me I get confused and I would just need like a better explanation as to why the money paying for the coffee shows effort instead of everything else showing the effort. Okay. So we'll wait until they answer for that. And we'll move on to the next subtopic. And we can always come back to that once they answer. So the next subtopic is going on dates with a person you're not really interested in for a free meal. Did they answer?
Yeah, she just said.
I'm just saying that if you ask me out and I've got to pay for my own coffee, I got the side eye. Okay, I get it. I do get that. No, I get that because sometimes you'll be like, I get it. I can see why you would just be like, dang, really? Like, you couldn't even pay for my coffee? So, I get it. That I understand a little bit better. What do you think?
How's paintballing for a first date?
I think paintball is awesome. I wouldn't do it because you're going to catch me in 2 seconds, first of all. Secondly, them things hurt. But I think it's a cool date. Like, I love the arcade. I think dates to the arcade are really cool. But I like fun stuff like that. So... and active stuff. Once I lose this weight, we're gonna be doing. I already told Nigel we're gonna go swim with some elephants in Thailand and the tigers and bears and the bunnies you was talking about. Okay, on to the second topic. So going on dates with a person you're not really interested in for a free meal. So let me pull that poll up because that triggered so many females. I got so many DMs of so many bad dates and it was just crazy. And I'll explain to you why. So, let's see. Sorry. Okay. So, the way that poll ended was 48% said... So, the question was, ladies, have you ever agreed to go on a date with a guy you weren't really interested in for a free meal? 48% said sure did, and 52% said never. So, the one big issue with this was... a lot of females were saying females were lying. They were like, they're lying. That number of females who said they did go on dates should be higher because they feel like a lot more females have just gone on dates for free meals. So a bunch of people were like in arms about it. They were like, girls are lying. They're trying to save face. They're trying to make it so you don't judge them because they went on a date just for a free meal. So I guess my question is to the people who are on the live, what do you think? Do you think the number should have been higher for the females who have agreed to go on a date just for a free meal? Me personally, I think people were lying too. I'm not saying that every female does this because I've never done it. But I didn't really have a good, not a good, but a real extravagant date in life. Like Nigel's my only boyfriend. I had guys that I messed with, but it wasn't nothing serious. So I never really went on dates, unfortunately. Nobody wanted to date my ass. So I never had the opportunity to go on a date for a free meal. But I do have some badass friends, some real cute friends who have told me that they have, and a lot of them have. So I did agree. I feel like a lot of people were lying. I feel like that number should have been higher. Because I do think females do that. I think a lot of females do that. They go on dates just because it's a free meal.
I think they should do that.
I think they should also.
Fuck it.
Because essentially that's what you're going on a date for. You know what I'm saying? You're going on a date to see if you like the person or you want to continue, talking to them or not. So essentially, it's always going to be a free meal if a meal's involved. That's always going to be your reason at first. Like, oh, well, I might not like the guy, but at least I'm going to get some free food. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a gamble, I feel like is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it's a gamble, but I mean, shit. Listen, if you ain't got nothing to do, and they be like, I want to take your ass out, and he been trying for a minute, let him take you out and exploit his ass. Shit, you better use what you got while it's worth something. You fuck around and be like, oh, I ain't going out and be selective, and then you be mad when your coochie ain't worth nothing, and niggas be like, well, shit, I ain't taking your ass nowhere but to the hotel.
Really quick, I have to read this comment. Someone says serial daters are giving women a bad name. They're just going out to get dinner and doggy bag.
Right. That shit ain't new.
Let me see. If I tell a guy that I'm not interested, but he still doesn't mind taking me out, then I mean that's true. Somebody said get it how you like. Yeah, I mean like it's truth. I think if you tell a guy I'm not interested and he's still like, well, let me take you out. Go ahead, get your free meal, sis. Oh my bad, like I was all in the comments.
That's all right.
Go ahead, repeat what you said. I want to hear.
No, it's too late now. You better listen to the replay. I don't repeat myself.
But yeah, me personally, I do, like I said, I do think a lot of females were lying. I felt like they should have, that poll was inaccurate. But I want to just let females know you should not feel ashamed if that's the reason why you went on the date.
If there's a goofy guy out here that's willing to just be like, think he got a chance, but no, he don't, and he can't bag you, fuck it.
Yeah.
Use what you got to get what you want. You heard what she said in Players Club? That movie was about strippers. Just thought I'd tell you.
We know it.
All right, well, not everybody do.
It wasn't about playing cards. It wasn't about a gambling ring. No.
Could have been about Jamie Foxx. It's all about perspective.
Either way, I really don't think females should feel bad about going on dates for a free meal. Get your free meal, sis. Get it. Go ahead. If he's offering and he's willing to give it to you, try it out. And it could be a win-win for you because you might go on a date and end up liking the guy, and now you done got a good meal, and now you like the guy, you possibly got a second date, so you just never know. But I definitely don't think anyone should stress themselves out. So the second part of this was, I had someone who said, no, I never have gone on a date just for the free meal. She was like, because honestly, guys don't pay for dates anymore, which is prime example here, talking about he wants you to go Dutch. Hey. So obviously that's true.
If she
says a lot of guys don't pay for dates anymore. She's like, you're gonna fuck around and end up having to pay for both of your meals.
Y'all know about the serial dater? That nigga be out here getting y'all to go on dates on these dating apps, and then he been leaving. He be leaving y'all with the tab. You ain't see that shit?
No, I have not. I have not seen it.
Boy, and he's out there getting y'all women. So y'all go ahead and think y'all can get these dates if you want, and be sitting here stuck on stupid as that nigga done said, I gotta go to my car and get my wallet and be gone.
Better be careful over there skedaddling. But anyways, yeah. So I had posted that on my Instagram, and that really triggered women. So I had one girl who sent in that she went on a date with a guy and he pulled the wallet trick. Mm-hmm. What's the wallet trick?
Works every time.
Oh, I forgot my wallet. So she said that happened, and then that set everyone else off. I had someone else send me that she went on a date with a guy. He pulled out a wad of money. She said it was just so much money, and he only paid for 80% of the bill, and then had her pay for the rest.
That's the 80-20 rule.
Which I think is really fucking weird. Because why would you pay for 80% of the bill? Just pay for the whole goddamn bill at that point. That's some dumb shit.
Because he wanted to know if she gonna hold her weight. Look, I got 80%.
How is that holding her weight?
If a nigga paid the mortgage, all he wants you to do, if all he wants you to do is pay the cable, goddamn pay the cable. That's all.
But I'm sure before y'all even come to this agreement, y'all have a conversation like, hey, look, babe, I'll pay the mortgage. I just need you to pay the cable. This is a first date. So you didn't even have that conversation with the person. You just straight was just like, I'm assuming you're going to pay for this 20%. I'm going to just pay the 80. You just going to be fine paying. What if she ain't have no money?
Maybe he wanted to make sure she wasn't a broke bitch.
Well, ask her ass. Are you a broke bitch?
That's
bitch, are
the
you broke?
85% communication nonverbal. So when he pulled out that 20% and she looked up at the
what
bill
was the
and
point
said,
of bringing out all the money? Do you think it was like a trick? He was really setting her up to show her like,
look, I got the bread. It, and I could cover you, but I want to make sure you can cover yourself. Shit, I might need you to cover me.
Somebody said if you pulled a wallet trick, I'm putting you on blast right on the gram.
Hey, I think 80% is good, especially when we got niggas that ain't paying 10%.
Nigel Davis talk about something gonna make you go Dutch on the first date.
He paid 80%. That's 80% good.
Nah, I thought they was messed up.
Hey, 80-20.
I guess. So yeah, I have females who sent me those different things of like guys that have done. So yeah, to everyone who's on the live now, have you ever had somebody pull a wallet trick on you? Have you ever had somebody just pull something crazy on you on a first date when it came down to the bill? So
exactly. Let her know she ain't broke. Let her know he ain't broke, but she ain't looking for a nigga with deep pockets. That's how you make sure. Yes, I agree.
Whatever. This is not the Bronx Tale. Y'all got all these little hidden whatever.
We got to because there's a lot of these girls that be out here faking.
Mm-hmm. All right, on to the next topic. So the next one was, oh shoot, sorry guys. The next one was expecting sex after spending a certain amount on a date. And this is for the males. It was mostly a male-based topic. Of course, the females can comment on it, but I did a poll on this too. So let me pull that up. And people were up in arms about this as well. People felt like people were lying as well on this poll. So going back, it was fellas, if you're spending over $100 on a date, do you expect sex? 31% said you're damn right. They expect the sex if they're spending over $100. And then 69% said no, they're not expecting sex. So this one was way off. Like when I looked into it, a lot of females had hit the no tag. I guess because a lot of them said they wanted to see what the percentage was, and then hating. I guess they just wasn't with it. So the poll actually ended up being 50-50. So there was, when it came down to who was the men that voted. So half of the men that voted said no, they don't expect anything. The other half of the men said yeah, they expect them cheeks if they spend over $100. So I'm going to hand this over to you to tell me what you think.
I mean, situational shit. I mean, she might be a duck, and she'd be lucky to get this.
Why you say go on a date then if she a duck? What's up with that?
To get the ass.
But why would you spend over $100 then?
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like we just talked about not investing that much money in a female. So you want to invest that money in a duck, but not in a swan?
There's some goofy niggas out here. Yes, there's a bunch of goofy niggas that be
for some cheeks. If she a duck, she probably got low self-esteem. She probably give it to you without you having to spend that much money anyway.
Maybe. Or you spend $100 on it and hit her good, and she go home and tell her friends. Now you got her friends wanting to know about it.
Disgusting.
And if he spent $100 on her, I know he spent $2 on me. Don't act like girls don't be doing that shit. And he got good dick? Yes, girl. And fuck her friend. She ain't even worried about it no more.
That's a good question. But I'm gonna let you finish. So what would you vote between that? If you spent over $100, would you expect sex?
I feel like my personality in my heyday, I was gonna get the sex.
Yo, what's up with you? You really was feeling yourself like this? You really thought you was that bull?
It was easy.
It was because you got green eyes? Is that what you... And you got curly hair?
When you understand females, they're pretty easy to... I'm not going to say manipulate, but it's pretty easy to know what girls like, what they don't like. Once you have... It's a formula. Everything is a formula. This girl is like this girl is like that. You just got to find out what prototype she fits in, and... You use that game that I've seen you before. Oh, you like Stephanie. All right, bet. So, that's how I bagged her. Oh, you like this girl. This is how I bagged her. So, it's pretty simple.
Somebody said, wow, men are trash. That did not just sound like he was a fucking savage. Oh, Chrissy, he was.
It's simple.
That's why I said I saved him.
It was simple. So, I mean...
At least I hope I saved him. Nobody better come to me as a woman, because we still get married. Fuck that shit.
If I spent $100 on a female... I'd probably likely get the draws as well. Because now they think, oh, he got money and he cute.
I will say this one thing, though. So, Nigel, like I said, before we did the podcast, this was the whole reason to do the podcast. It was mostly based off of the fact that Nigel schooled me on a lot of things. And I felt like other females needed to hear it. not just that, a lot of people say that they think we're funny together, blah, blah, blah. So we was like, let's do the podcast. One thing he told me was, because there's been guys who have been like, how the hell he pull her? And he'll be like, he's funny. And I'm just like, what? And he was like, females like to laugh. He was like, so once you figure out how to make a female laugh, the more you make her laugh, the less ugly you look to her. And I'm just like, I never really thought about that. So as I continue to pay attention, this is very true. Like, if you see like a funny, like you see a real ugly guy and you're just like, how is he pulling these girls? For example, Kevin Hart. I don't want to say he's ugly. I don't think he's ugly, but he wasn't, before the money, he wasn't that great looking, and he's really short. But he's pulling these women and all that other stuff, and it's because he's making them laugh. He's making them forget. Yeah, I'm whatever. I'm short, but he's forgetting about that. So you got to pay attention to those things, ladies. Like, if a guy is making you laugh, and now all of a sudden you kind of attracted to him, but he looked like, a Michelin tire. It's probably that. He probably found out what you like, and he's playing it up, and that's what's going on.
It's easy. You guys are not as complex as
Somebody
you think.
said, if you make her laugh, you can screw her.
Easy.
Wait, somebody said something about rich dollars? Hold on. Speak now, forever hold your peace. No, nobody better speak. Nobody better come to me as nothing. I won't hear about nothing. Yes, rich dollars is the perfect example. That's true. He be selling them girls a dream, and they just be ready, like, yeah, I'm gonna sign a contract. Him and Stevie. They be signing their whole lives away. But okay, so me personally, I'm gonna tell you what I think about the expected sex after spending a certain amount on a date. So females might be mad at me about this, but this is just what I think. I think if a guy spends over $100 on you, I don't think it's wrong for him to expect or want sex. Maybe not expect, but maybe want sex. Because me personally, if I spent that much money on you, I would want something in return. And I think a lot of females would. It might not be sex, but I would want something like, all right, I spent over $100 on you. That next date, you better take me on a boat ride or something. You know what I'm saying? You would expect something in return. So to say, for females to act like, oh, well, he shouldn't expect anything from me when he spent that much money, I don't think is realistic. Now, I don't think anyone should feel forced to do anything when it's the guy's decision at the end of the day to spend that money. If you spent it and you didn't get the ass, you shouldn't be mad about it, because at the end of the day, it was your decision to spend that money. But I think for a female to think it's wrong or to think it's out of the box for a guy to expect something after spending so much money, I think it's so unrealistic. Like, sis, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Especially if y'all don't really know each other like that and he's spending that much money, you know what he's looking for. So if you don't want to put yourself in that situation, don't agree to go on the date then. Just don't. Like, if you don't want to feel like you owe anybody anything, don't put yourself in that situation. That's just what I personally think. So, yeah.
So what about the girl who orders $100 worth of food and the nigga didn't agree to it, but now he gotta pay it because if not, he look like a broke nigga? Should he expect something in return?
I just say yeah. I don't think it's wrong with guys wanting something in return, because like I said, I think that's normal. When you spend that much money, especially if you didn't expect it, you're really gonna be like, well, damn, bitch, can I at least get my balls licked or something? Like, I get you're gonna expect something. I don't think that's wrong for the guy to expect that. I just think you can't be mad about it.
Right.
Because either way, yeah, maybe she did order too much and you weren't expecting that. Shit like that happens. So you can't expect what she's not going to order. And maybe you should have looked into her a little bit more before you brought her ass on a date. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you should have seen, like, oh, this bitch, this is what she does on dates or whatever. So I just think for guys to be mad, like, fuck that bitch, you're not gonna do it, I just think that's corny. We do not live in the 1960s where you are forced to do anything. If you didn't want to feel salty, then you shouldn't have spent all that money. You should have took her out for water ice.
Well, I ain't know this bitch drink 4 cocktails an hour. Bitch, we only been here.
That's me. I drink a bunch of
We only
liquor.
been here 30 minutes. You on your 3rd fucking martini.
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna take it back. You know what would be my perfect first date? A picnic with Henny. So a nice little picnic, a nice little spread, and some Hennessy. I think that'd be great. So back to the question, because then we were talking about that. Someone put a question in here. Let me see if I can find it, because it was really, really good. Let me see.
She meant Rich Dollars, the ugly Rich Dollars.
Oh, okay. She said to the men, do y'all get nervous?
We got to do better.
Do y'all get nervous about what the female orders? Have you ever been like that? You ever been like Earn on Atlanta when he took his girl out and he was like, trip it out?
I mean, if I ain't have it, we wasn't going. Straight up. We going to McDonald's. And then she looking at me like, you taking me? Yeah, listen, that's what my pockets say. I think it all depends. I mean, there's some niggas that be trying to live outside their means, but
I think a guy will get nervous, like you said, because some guys will, especially if you really like the girl and you want to impress her. So you take her out to like a nice little spot, hoping she won't order a bunch, and then she goes and orders a lobster and a steak. That's $100. Now you got to eat the lettuce.
I mean, I think
the water that's at the table.
Number one, if a nigga's like that, he's gonna get a light meal and hope she don't order a lot. But it won't hurt him that night. It's gonna hurt him for that next bill. He be like, damn, I shouldn't have spent that fucking $100 on that
his
girl.
His lights are off. And he in there with a candle. Like
phone, now he got a text from the fucking Text Plus app. Be like, yo, this ain't my phone.
Texting on the Wi-Fi. Using other people's Wi-Fi. Going to fucking Starbucks just so he could text his bitch.
Niggas been there before. But it's all worth it in the end, I guess.
So this was someone commented on what I had said. They said, I think that coincides. Like if we are at the point where you are spending that much money on me, we are probably already fucking. Yeah, I agree. I think at that point you are already giving up the yams.
Or talked about giving
up
which
the
is what I'm saying. The Texan I think Texan dictates the date.
When somebody said, don't invite me anywhere if you can't afford it. I agree. Don't invite me there because why are you going to embarrass yourself and myself?
Because I'm paying 80% like a real one. I bought this 80%. You got to pay this 20 and the tip 15%.
Yo, someone said, facts, how much food are you eating for $100? That's 10 Applebee's meals. So that's true though. But places I guess would be like fancy places like what's that place? Ocean Prime, Fogo de Chao. You'll spend $120 on 2 people. But me and Nigel would just rather go to Applebee's and spend $20 on 2 people.
That's what he said. Applebee's,
yeah, 2 for 20. Yeah, listen, y'all need to stop being so bougie. Applebee's 2 for 20 freaking pops. Okay, you get a little appetizer and get your little meals.
With some Henny, you trying to get into something. That's true.
I'm always trying to get into something with some Henny, okay? No? You gonna try to play me? Somebody said, bro. Lorna is really going in. Somebody said, I'm not lobster and steak on the first date. Might not be worth it. Let me see. Not going to none of day on the first date. No, I'm just saying, some people, no, listen. I've had coworkers and girlfriends who guys take them on first dates like that. I told mine all the time. I'd be like, yo, these guys be doing this and doing that. So y'all might not be doing it, but it's guys out here who are tricking.
I said the goofy guys.
Getting these dates. Spending all this money.
Don't know better.
And renting cars, but they're little rental cars. But I'm not going to throw no shade. All right. So let's get on to the next subtopic. Just to let you guys know, the Instagram lives only last for an hour, and we're already at 43 minutes. So we might go over and have to start a new live, and if we do, you just come right back on in. Okay.
You're not going to send them to YouTube?
Or you can go to YouTube. Yeah. So we got the YouTube channel. I thought it was Love Language Podcast, but it's coming up as just Love Language. So if you go there, you go to our channel. We're streaming on there live right now also. If you don't want to hold your phone, you want to maybe go on a computer and YouTube it. Okay. Next subtopic. What certain questions should you be asking on a first date?
Male or
Do you got herpes? I'm joking. Go ahead.
I mean, it's funny.
Do you have any kids? I think that's a good question.
But I feel like...
Have you been to jail?
See, I don't think first... These is like dates before the cell phone era when you didn't really... I feel like texting niggas would...
So you pay taxes? Seriously, that's a good question.
Fuck them taxes. That's my problem
now.
You
pay taxes?
I wish I did.
Hold on, wait a minute. I need to know before we, get married. Shoot. But go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
No, but I mean, I feel like a lot of questions be asked during texting leading up into the date. Because when you meet somebody new, if you like them, you be texting all day long.
That's what they said. We probably already text about these things before we meet in person.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess, like I said, appropriate questions be like, what that mouth do?
On the first date?
Yeah. But I don't know.
So you in the movie theater like this, like...
Ah, with that mouth, dude.
Mouth, dude.
Nah, one time
One
I met this girl and we was like, we had slept in the same room because we was all with the same friend group. And I remember whispering, I was trying to hit it. She was
Lord
like,
said, wow.
she said I'm on my period, and I whispered, and my boys was in there sleeping too, and I was like, you give head, and she was like, no, and I said, okay, I went to sleep.
You're wrong. It's disgusting. Someone said one question is, what are your goals? I like that. Oh, you know what else I think you should ask? Honestly, it might be a buzzkill, but I think you should ask, like, what do you want for the future? I guess it's kind of the same thing for your goals, but what do you want for the future as far as like a family and relationships? Because some guys probably don't even want. No, maybe not the first date, but I think that's something you should ask early on. No, I think it's something you should ask early on because some females, that's what they're looking for. And
I think these questions are hard because it depends on age.
It does depend on the age.
Because like I'm thinking, the dates I'm thinking of was like when I was 20, 21, 22.
Because you haven't dated since then. Well, we've been together that long.
That's my problem. So I mean, maybe I'm not the. It's hot as hell.
So it's hot as hell. We're hot. We don't got our AC in yet, and we're over here sweating.
But
so
yeah, I mean, I'm thinking like younger. But then it's like even like in your like I guess 25 to 30, that could be a turn on or a turn off. Just depending.
Yeah, some things are deal breakers. You need to ask them certain things like that's what you got to ask them about their family dynamic. Ask them what they like to do. That's something basic. What do you like to do? What are you into? Because some people might not text like. Some people still do just like meet at the club and like be like, hey, do you want to go? Like, get your number and then later on hit you up and be like, would you like to go on a date? So you might not have already texted about that stuff. Or it could be a blind date or christianmingle.com. So you might want to have your questions ready. Are you a serial killer?
Church girls is the worst.
That's the question I would definitely ask. Because these motherfuckers are crazy.
Max is out bad. He barking with his homies.
Where's Max? Yeah, he's in the yard because he beat in his bag. Someone said, do you contribute to your 401k? That's funny. She said, if they don't know what that is, run for the hills. That's very good. Yeah, you do. You got to find them out ASAP. I agree. So I swear, if somebody asks me about my 401k on the first date, I'm leaving. Why, though? You don't think that's an appropriate question to ask on the first date?
Business, that's why.
If you contribute to your 401k, you might be trying to school them. Like, look, you should because when you retire,
ain't no nigga trying to hear that. And you might get some money matched. Don't worry about that.
Wow. But I really think you should ask them how many sexual partners you done had. I'm joking. Don't do that. Imagine on the first day, like, how many people you done had sex with? What's on your mind? Is your hair real? Is your beard real?
He said, I had a chick. He said he went out on a blind date and had a chick pull out a full wow hoagie at the movie.
No, he didn't.
She a real. That's the one you want to keep, bro.
No.
That's the one you want to keep. Somebody.
You gotta ask.
Keep it
another
real.
thing for females, you gotta ask your guy to take. If he wears nothing but hats, you gotta ask him to take that fucking hat off because it's something he's hiding underneath there. And there's the heat.
Take that damn lace front off, and we gonna do this shit together. Same time, bitch. You take that off, I'll take mine off. We gonna see whose damn hairline is further back. Shit. On the count of 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and then you're like, bitch, my hair longer than yours. I ain't shaved in 2 weeks.
Oh. Somebody said headfish. Yeah, but it's fucking funny. Oh my god.
No,
headfish.
You know why she ain't shit?
Is so
she only
real.
said that because Ron in the chat.
I did. I see
That
Ron.
is disrespect.
Sorry.
Oh, Ron.
I love Ron.
Ron got the baldy.
Once Ron got the baldy, he was good to go. I was like, wow, Ron.
But when that
you
thing
are
goes back,
a joint.
you get that George
when it
Jefferson.
go back, he looked like Tiger Woods, just stressed on out. But when he shaves his baldy, Ron is a freaking catch, okay? He been stopped wearing the hats as much. She's saving you money. That's real. Face off. Ron is cracking up. No, not Hen Dog. We love Hen Dog. But we need Ron to be on one of these episodes so he can tell you his stories because he has some really good ones. So, all right. Any other appropriate questions you feel like should be asked, just throw them on in the chat and we'll talk about it. Because we're going to move on to the next subtopic. The next one is, what are some things that will get you a second date? So I came up with this question as like tips that we can give certain females to get them a second date. And I guess I can answer 2 tips to make a female want to go on a second date with you. So you go ahead. You go first.
I would say a sense of humor will get you a second date. Throwing that shit on will get you a second date, which is not really.
So what if I come in there with like a velour Anichi sweatsuit?
I mean, in some circles, that's gear. You just gotta know who you going with, cause a nigga like Shiz, he see with that Anichi, and you know what I mean, he fuck with that. Or niggas that play fucking Dragon Ball Z, they fuck with Anichi still. So but I think like you said, good vibes on the first date, like some being relatable, not being standoffish, not being like, like. What you mean?
Yeah,
not
let
being
me
a
comment
loud
on
black
that.
girl.
Girls, no. Ooh, you about to get yourself in some trouble.
What you mean?
You about to get yourself in
What
some
you mean?
trouble.
I can't get no butter from my lobster.
It's a very rough climate
Bitch,
right
you
now.
got
With
lobster?
Childish Gambino, people finding out he got a white girlfriend, whatever she is. I don't think you should say that. But I will say,
Puerto Rican, and what?
I will say one thing. You know what my dad told me, just on a quick side tangent.
All my daughters have black men.
Yeah, he has said that before, because they do all have black men. But today he told me, I was interacting with our waiter who's black, and we were having like a ball, and he was like, wow, those really are your people. That's what he said. I said, well, Dad, they are. Yes, they are. But anyways, I just want to comment on being standoffish. I don't get, what's the point of you going on a date if you're not even going to interact with the guy and you're just going to be a bitch the whole time? I think that's stupid. Why waste your time in his? I also think it's dumb when it comes to like texting. Like if you guys are texting and he's asking questions and you like one word answers and stuff like that, where do you see this going?
If you can't
I just
text,
think that's
we're not
whack.
going on a date. I know them I can't text bitches is females are the worst. No, they bitches, because they act like bitches. Like they are the worst. Them like, what you doing tonight? Nothing. What you mean nothing?
So you know, how was your day? Cool.
Yeah, like okay, like I'm telling you jokes and you.
Did you
like,
have fun? Yeah.
Yo, them ones that you tell a joke and
I just think they
say,
especially if a guy texts back like that, I would just be like, ugh, I'm over it. Like I don't think females understand how yucky. Like you having that type of personality is unattractive.
That's
to me personally.
She said, no, that's when you asked her to go Dutch. No, that's when you asked her if she got a Dutch. Because this bitch need to smoke and loosen up. Shit. You got a Dutch? Shit, I got the weed.
Oh,
she getting on my goddamn nerves.
They said, nah, just she dry texted, she not interested. No.
No.
Let me tell you, this is to Alexis. I personally know someone who she'll be interested, but she just literally is dry as toast. Like, we've even had a conversation, and he'd be like, that's probably why guys don't really deal with her for too long, because there's just no personality there. And you just be like, what the hell?
She texts her friends like that.
She texts her friends like that.
That's
yeah.
just how they text.
Yeah.
And they just ain't got it. And they come around.
Like some people in person, they come alive in the nighttime. And then texting, they're just terrible. But it's rough because a lot of times that's how people communicate first. Like you said, before you go on a date, a lot of times you'll be texting one another to see if you even want to go on that date. So it's kind of like you just, you put it, you put it off. You put them off. What's that? Oh, she's boring. She's the exception.
What did she say about that?
She said, believe me, every girl is a good texter if they like you. I would say at least, I'll agree. I would say at least 95% are, but there's that 5% that's just...
The hoes. I swear hoes don't text good. They just be trying, they be about that sex and not the text.
Speaking about sex, you want to go to the next subtopic? Should we end this live and start a new one? This is about to be over.
All right.
And this will be the last subtopic. So someone said just skip the texting and call her, force her ass to talk.
That's what I think. Let's stay on that for
Ron
a second.
said that.
That is a lost art. That is when you really tell who is who. When you talk to them on the phone and you force them to have a conversation. Because if they're dry over the phone, and I don't think a lot of people have developed that skill over the years. I think you lost it. And
they have, because you're so busy texting on social media and stuff. People don't call people no more. I'm to the point where I don't even really like texting like that anymore. Except for Naj. I could text him all day. Because he's hilarious and he just makes me happy. But
Yeah.
I can call him too. So
FaceTime, so you know it's real.
Yeah.
But then you got to be like, oh, they be like, my hair ain't done. I got my damn cap on. I got my wig off. Shit. So
right.
That's like a horror film when they see you FaceTime and they know they look like themselves. Oh, I look like myself. Oh, nigga, heart start racing. Oh, and text you. I'm in a meeting, bitch. It's 11:30. What meeting you in?
You know what's funny about that? Before we started doing this, I was running around the house trying to find any way to conceal what I actually look like today, because I look terrible. So I put a hat on, changed my shirt. So yeah, he's right about that. We do scramble to make sure we look a certain way on FaceTime. So, all right, guys, we're going to end this live. We will be coming right back so that we can talk on the last subtopic. So just join right back on with us. You want to play some tunes? We're going to play a little interlude, and we're going to come right back. Oh, I apologize. What's the last says left?
Gonna read a couple comments.
It says, I got the right to the shits. I FaceTime with my scarf on after the first date. Nigga, it's the real me. You're a real one, girl.
I'd rather that. Keep it real.
Nigel likes girls in their natural state. Like, he loves it. Like, when I'm just looking, like I haven't showered in 8 days, he seems to like that shit.
I don't know about that.
So you gonna lie?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I agree with Alexis. All right, you're going to play us some music. We're going to be right back. Let's see. If I can end this shit. I'm going to pick it up.
There's something in the water. There's something in the water. There's something in the water. Something in the water.
Oh, yeah.
There's something in the water. There's something in the water.
They get back fast.
I know everybody's coming back in.
There's something in the
Shout
water.
out to y'all for actually being on here with us.
Faster than the last time.
There's something in the water.
So we're not gonna, prolong it because we know it's late. We don't want to have y'all here longer than needed. So we'll just, people join in when they're ready to join back in. So the last subtopic we are talking about tonight in relation to first dates is, what are the consequences of having sex on a first date?
Ooh.
Are there really any consequences? There's the last subtopic.
Consequences and repercussions.
Mm-hmm. I also did a poll on that today too. I asked fellas, can you take a girl seriously that you've had sex with on the first date / first night? Or can you see a future with her, is what we asked. And surprisingly, it was pretty even. It was 50-50. Some guys said no. Some guys said yes. But I did have a guy who DM'd me personally, and he said that he actually is married now to the girl that had sex on the first date. So that he was the first one who set it off. Then I actually had a female who sent me a DM and said she is also married to the guy she had sex with on the first date. And I had one last DM that was sent in where the person said, if I do have sex on the first date with you, that shouldn't be what determines what type of female I would be if we were together. So what do you think? Are there consequences? Does it really matter? I think you voted you can see a future with somebody you had sex with on the first date.
Nothing is absolute. There's no absolute answer. But I will say that having sex with a guy on the first date, I told you earlier, is like throwing the draw 4, playing Uno. You throwing the draw 4 from the rip. Your first card is a draw 4. Boom, off the top. You done gave it away. The thing, like, the illusion of what it's like to have sex with you is gone because now I know. And depending on what it's like, if it's good, then they might be like, damn, I definitely got to hit that girl back. But if it's
That's
whack,
what somebody said. They said it must
like,
have been good.
you know, like, she just laid there. Now you might not get that call back. So, I mean, you can play yourself by giving it up early. You throw that, who throws the big joker out on the first hand? You just don't do that. But
card analogies.
But it's up to you, you know? You know what it's like. You know what that poom's hitting for. And if it's worth it, if you know that that's gonna have that make that nigga say when he come, you know, shit.
Nigel has that. I'm joking. Anyway, no, so I personally think
it's the first chill. Most times it'd be more the first chill than the first date.
Yeah, because you put that Netflix on, y'all good, and ask to massage somebody. Y'all good for getting somebody.
Netflix watches more people have sex than porno.
Probably. So this is my thoughts. I personally think, so I'll be honest, I've actually have done sexual intercourse with someone that I only knew for a day. So I can't sit here and judge anybody. I can't sit here and be like, why would you have sex with somebody on the first day? Why would you do that, blah, blah. I don't think anybody should. I think everyone says they won't do something and then you do it and you be like, oh, shit. So, I honestly don't really see nothing majorly wrong with you having sex with someone on the first date, especially if you're grown. Like, if you're in your 20s or 30s and that's what you want to do, then do it. You know, you shouldn't have to worry about anybody judging you or being in your business. Why does anybody even have to know? So, I really don't see anything wrong with that. Now, do I think it's hard for a guy to take you seriously? I think that would be hard. I mean, even though we had people who were saying, like, they got married, I think that is hard for most guys to take a female seriously if they gave it up on the first date. Because I think, you don't think guys look at females like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was able to hit that quick. You know what I'm saying? Even like he said, sometimes it'll happen on the first chill. So the fact that you let it happen that quickly, I just think that kind of sets a precedent for the rest of the potential relationship. Not all the time, but I do think guys will just be like, well, if I was able to hit it with minimal effort, why do I have to do all this stuff now?
My mom used to always say, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I think when you do stuff like that, it sets a pretty low precedent for the rest of the potential relationship. Like, you know, now you done gave up the yams all early, and now you want to change your mind 3 weeks later, like, I don't want to do it anymore. He's looking at you like, what? Why? I already got it. Like, why are you making such a big deal? So I think when, like he said, it takes away the mystery. There's no built up nothing. It takes away the mystery. He knows what it is, and I don't know. I think it does affect someone taking you seriously. I do. But I think if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it.
You can still win the Uno game if you throw out the draw 4 first.
You are still with this Uno game.
Because
Jesus.
I believe relationships are a game. And it's all about how you play it. How you play your hand. The hand that life dealt. So if you throw it out early, you can still win, but you can't hit it with the Uno out and boom, draw 4, pussy for the next person. Now you can't do that. Now you got to drop a 7 and then risk something else.
Like I said, I don't think it is. But based on what the guys were saying that they I guess it doesn't really matter. They would see a future. Some of them said no. I don't think so. Like, when I did what I did, it was literally like, oh, this is for fun. It was a one-night stand, and that was it. I didn't think anything serious of it. But I think if you like a guy and you want it to be something serious, I think having sex on the first night, I don't think is a good idea. And if it happens and then you end up, you know, growing into a relationship, then hey, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's perfect. But I think if you really want something serious, doing that on the first date, I don't think is a good idea.
So you blame a girl for getting talked out her draws?
No, I don't. I just told you I don't blame nobody for doing that.
I'm saying, like, if she in her mind was like, I'm not going to do it, but then he talked her out of it.
That shit happens, man. I can't judge you. I can't be mad at you or nothing. That shit happens, especially if a girl hasn't had none in a while. It could happen. So I would never be like, oh, you played yourself. But I'm just saying, like, if you didn't get talked out your drawers and you have, you know, a clear mind to make a decision about whether you're gonna have sex with him or not on the first time, on the first night, I think you should not do it.
So what would your advice be for a girl who gave it away to keep a guy interested after she gave it away?
From what you were saying, I think you should be fun, and I think you shouldn't make it awkward. I think at this point, you already have sex. He knows what it is. You know what it is, and if you want to continue, then just continue along with it. And at this point, don't put so much pressure on it because y'all already did it.
Now, can he still have sex with other girls?
Oh, that depends on what y'all trying to do. Me personally, hell no.
So if you have sex on the first night, you expected him to only have sex with you for the rest of the time?
I don't expect that. I would like for him not to. Like, if we have a conversation. Now, if he's doing it and, then that's him. I wouldn't know. And if I'm doing it, then he wouldn't know. But if we have a conversation about it, I'd be like, I would rather you not, especially if we are going to consistently have sex with one another. I would rather you not be having sex with all these other girls because I'm not trying to catch nothing. And people are dirty out here.
But you didn't think about that when you hit it on the first night?
Shit happens. Hopefully you thought about using a condom. That's what I think everyone should think about. Whether you get talked out your drawers, whatever it is, please think about using a condom.
They put that hole at the top and they bust right on through. She thought you had a condom on the whole time.
Why would you do that? You're gonna get her pregnant, and now you're gonna be
about
18 years crying like Kanye.
Niggas was pulling out for
talking about slavery's a choice.
Niggas was pulling out for 18 years and ain't have a baby yet. So that nigga knew what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, what was this? Okay, I'm trying to read it. It says, she straight up told me she wanted to see how the wood was. I knocked the stuffing out that egg McMuffin. We've been us pretty much ever since. Oh, so we have another. So I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of good things about situations where the female gave it up on the first night. It seems like this is working out for relationships around the world. So maybe I'm wrong.
Somebody said they got a question.
If you're a couple of months into a relationship and finally have sex and it's trash, what would you do? That's a great question. What do you think?
You gotta talk about it. I think the best way is to let him know, because it's a female asking the question, right?
Yeah.
Let him know what you like, what you don't like. I mean, if he came fast, don't get so wet. Shit, don't blame him for your wet vagina.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, shit, dry it up a little bit. You better use some fucking paper towels.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Fucking bounty for it. But I mean, I think you got to talk about it. See what his head game's hitting for. The dick ain't all that, but
I will say, being manager actually had, so I'm the type of person that I ask questions. Why? I just want to know why. So we did have a hypothetical conversation one time where I was like, what if, that were to happen? And his response was that. He was like, you got to find other ways to make it work. If you really like that person, like if it's just, the sex. But what if it's like you guys talk about it? How about that? What if you guys talk about it and nothing seems to work?
Then you got to figure out if you like him that much. I mean...
Is sex a deal breaker, though? Is bad sex a deal breaker, you think?
I mean, it depends on who you are. Shit, you might let him hit, and once he nut,
People are really laughing at I knocked the stuffing out that egg McMuffin.
Get your vibrator on, You get his, and then you go and get yours.
Somebody said, trash sex equals I'm back on the market.
Well.
Someone says, it depends on how you feel about that person. Sex can get better if y'all communicate what you like and don't like. I do agree. I think if y'all communicate about, like, what works for each person, it can get better.
Yeah.
So, get some bounty.
Yeah, shit. Dry that thing up a little bit. The quicker picker-upper. But, yeah, I mean, I think you should definitely... Shit, show him a porno. Be like, look, nigga, I need you to do it like this guy.
Nah, don't show them a porno. Because them porno guys, that crap is unrealistic. And he's going to break your vagina apart.
Not if he's
and then you're going to be mad as hell because you done showed him this bullshit.
I don't know. I mean, you got to find the right one.
He going to have your ass halfway off the stairs, halfway on the stairs, one leg this way, one leg that way. Now you in the hospital because you done showed his ass a fucking porno.
You think that's the first porno he's seen?
Obviously, if his sex is trash.
No, watching porno don't mean you make your sex better.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody agree with me. Don't nobody want no porn sex. I don't know why y'all think that it's something females want. Maybe 1 out of every 10 female wants that shit. But this is one of the other 9 that do not like that.
There's versions.
Please do not pound me.
There's different versions of porno. They got softcore porn.
I've never seen that porn. I only hit Ebony when I go to Pornhub.
Then that's
I don't
problem.
hit any of the other categories.
There's a bunch of different types of porn.
Ebony is fine for
you
me.
need to find what you looking for in the porn and say, do this.
I don't know. Well, I guess because I guess that's how young kids learn, right? Like don't knock it till you try it. Oh, okay. All right.
Exactly.
Y'all let me know. Let me know of any experiences you had where you've shown your significant other porn
it
helps with the sex.
I ain't saying show Byron Long or Brian Pumper.
I don't know any of these people.
You know what I'm saying? Byron Pumper Brian
Ebony,
Pumper,
that's it.
Crack eggs on
Ebony,
girls' heads and had sex with them in the trunk.
See, that's what you're gonna show your dude. He gonna have you in the fucking trunk.
I said, don't show him that.
Knocking up against the speaker.
Don't show him that. Yeah,
I'll send you some links.
Yeah, exactly. It's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, this is true.
But I mean, overall, if his sex is whack and you can't get it where it is, then go cheat. Fuck it, get yourself some side.
What the fuck just happened here? Like the whole thing just turned left.
I mean, if niggas can get side.
I went
chicks,
right, but it turned left.
You get yourself a side dude that's gonna pleasure you, and then you come home and be like, I like this nigga a lot. You know what I mean? He watched my son when I'm at work, and I fuck with him, but he just ain't fucking me right. Like shit.
God,
like it's compromise. It's all about compromise. You still give him the ass.
Your son.
He just coming
you
fast.
at work. So I said, who the porn guy who be kissing these hoes in the mouth? Do it like him. Who is that? It be a porn guy kissing girls in the mouth? Ew.
I don't know that nigga, but I mean, yeah, I've seen the nigga kiss kiss a girl after she sucked another nigga's dick.
When did this happen?
I don't know, 1893. How am I supposed to know? What are you talking about? When did this happen? It wasn't there where they recorded it. I'm just saying what I saw in the porno.
Quick tangent. Did anyone see that crap that happened to Tierra Marie? Did you see? Her ex went on her Instagram and put up a video of her sucking his dick and him coming on her face, and she had it all on her face.
She looked like somebody that take it in the face.
The video actually wasn't bad.
Yeah, she got that
she looked like she was
round,
doing a
round face that's just
job,
like hurting for a squirting. She's definitely hurting for a squirting.
Pancake face.
Yeah.
All right,
Syrup.
so we did hit all the subtopics. So I think we're like an hour and some change in.
Anything y'all want to know?
Yeah, any questions you guys have on the live that you want us to answer before we are done recording? Because we know y'all got bedtimes. We got bedtimes too. We got work in the morning.
Fuck work. Oh.
Somebody said keep the videos of you on your phone. Oh, we're going to make that a whole nother podcast episode. The whole recording and all that stuff, that's going to be another episode. So you're going to have to tune in. But
and as far as the lady up top, only kiss girls in the mouth that you love while you're doing it. Other than that, don't do it because she'll get feelings. That's the truth.
You kissed me in the mouth.
No, I liked you.
Oh. Okay. All right. So really quick.
Also, think about the pain you endured when I didn't like you off of that.
You gonna bring that up now?
I'm just saying. I'm saying.
You gonna bring it up all the pain I went through?
I'm letting fellas know that it's consequences to those actions. So only do it when you care about the person. Because if not, it ends bad. And then she'd be calling you from Miami, telling you.
Yo.
Whatever.
Don't tell them about Miami.
I'm just saying. You get that call. Get that call at 1:30 in the morning. And you think she calling to say I'm coming through. And she's like, no, actually, nigga, I'm in Miami. And that's gonna let you know you ain't shit. Your mama know you ain't shit. And I love your mama. Whatever. I'm just saying.
Sometimes you gotta let them know they ain't shit.
Don't kiss her in the mouth.
I did.
While you're having sex with her. Kiss her on her neck.
Anyways, really quickly, so we haven't gotten any late night letters recently. So we want to let y'all know, please send us late night letters. We love them things. What is a late night letter? Basically, it's just an email that you would send to LoveLanguagePodcast@gmail.com. You can subject it late night letter, and it's basically anything you want us to talk about or give advice on. So for example, like if your friend is in a situation, you're in a situation, somebody you know at work is in a situation, and you want to just talk about it and get different opinions and stuff like that, send it to us. It's completely anonymous. No one has to know. So yeah, we're looking for late night letters. Also, we're looking for any topics you're interested in us talking about. Like I said, we will make a podcast episode about the whole being recorded while sex and all that other stuff. We have a couple other topics too that we will want to discuss in the coming weeks. But anything you want to talk about, let me know. I'm still doing the polls on my Instagram. So any polls you would like for me to do, you can DM them to me or you can send me an email. And I think that's everything. We're on SoundCloud, Love Language Podcast on SoundCloud. We're on YouTube now. Look us up of Love Language. So you'll see us on there. This episode will be up tomorrow on the SoundCloud if you want to listen to it again. Thank you to everyone who participated in both of the lives and who commented. We really hope you enjoyed it all. And I think that's pretty much everything there.
Follow me on Instagram. Give me some followers.
Follow him on Instagram at Mr. Go In. IMC. Somebody said our podcast is lit. Keep it up. So yeah, probably from now on we will probably record as well, like record live and record on the podcast because we really enjoy y'all interacting with us. And I think that's pretty much it. That's enough of me talking, right? We about to go in the air. It's fucking hot.
Did you put the air conditioner on?
I did not. So you're going to go upstairs and put it on after we finish here. Okay. But yes, please have a good weekend, guys. Have a good Friday. Anything you want to talk about, let us know. And thank you. Keep your box to yourself. Or at least use a condom.
Have sex on the first night.
No, only have sex on the first night if you spend over $100.
Apparently it works, yeah. And if you spend $100.
If you only got your water ice.
Don't be fucking selfish.
Don't fuck.
Don't be selfish.
Don't do it.
Put the water ice on his dick and then lick it off.
Okay, that's enough. We will see y'all. Good night.
Things get strange. Now for the summer, this is hoodie season. Grind every single day for no complete reason. Is it the money or the ice freezing? They lock my nigga up, do the false pretense. I should lock you rappers up, do the false preaching. Claiming that you trapping comes across reaching. God blessing all the trap niggas. Wicked tunes, we should keep the shit at rap, nigga. Say it's all about the image, we gon' see you shine. Make a brick tap.